going to hit the button, and then I am going to drag your face over here. It says there's a warning, but I think we're going to be fine because it's just a storage one. All right. Hey everyone, welcome back to week 1 of the Roast West Coast podcast, where we not only bring you the stories of some incredible coffee roasters from North County, San Diego, but we also want to get smarter about coffee, or coffee smarter as I like to say too. Chris O'Brien, the owner of Coffee Cycle in Pacific Beach, is a coffee wizard. He's my own personal coffee sensei. After getting started in coffee on the East Coast, he moved west, spending nearly a decade whipping up fine coffees at Bird Rock Coffee in La Jolla before opening his own cycling-themed shop in Pacific Beach. Each week, Chris will try to make me and us a little coffee smarter by sharing some of his coffee knowledge. I take it easy on him this first week, but the questions will get a bit more in-depth as we work our way through Season 1 of Roast West Coast. Be sure to subscribe to the newsletter for updates, recaps, and much more coffee content at roastwestcoast.com. And now, it's time to get coffee smarter, and for another cup of coffee. Chris O'Brien, purveyor of Coffee Cycle, welcome to Roast West Coast. Thanks for being here on this inaugural Roast West Coast Coffee Smarter Chat. I appreciate you being here to help us out and get smarter about coffee today.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm so happy to join you, Ryan.
Oh, that sounded terrible. That didn't sound legitimate at all.
I was practicing it. I was trying to put some authenticity in it. I said it in front of the mirror earlier.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, can you introduce yourself a little bit to the people who might be listening to this at some point? Just who you are and why you're my coffee sensei.
Absolutely. My name is Chris O'Brien, and I've been working in coffee for literally half my life. More than half my life. I've worked at different coffee roasteries. I've worked with people that are professional coffee tasters, professional coffee buyers, and I've just been serving up coffee for so long in so many different places that I pretty much know a lot about coffee, and enough that I opened my own shop a number of years ago, and we've been pretty successful. Have a great community there, serve some of the best coffees in the world, and just love sharing it with people. So I was so happy to be invited to be on this show so that I could share more about coffee with all of you.
Well, and I was excited to have you here. I mean, the reason I asked you was just because, for anyone listening, I spent a year working at Chris's shop in the mornings, kind of before my regular job, just because I wanted to learn from him, because I trusted him to teach me about coffee and teach me all the things that I might want to know as someone who gets really excited about things.
It was a lot of work.
I was going to say, what ended up happening is he just made me work there, and that was how I learned. And since I didn't actually learn anything, now I had to bring him back on this show to teach me, all these things that I needed to know. But let's get started. I'm going to take it easy on you this first week. What advice do you have for someone who's trying coffee for the very first time?
I love that question. The advice I would give someone who's trying coffee for the very first time is to try something really good and to not be afraid of cream and sugar. So that sounds kind of crazy coming from someone in my position, because I love coffee. I love how it tastes on its own, black as an espresso, all that kind of intense coffee stuff. But if you really go back and you look at how did I get into coffee? Well, when I was a kid, I loved coffee ice cream. Then when I was a little bit older, I drank cafe mochas, which is just chocolate, milk, and coffee. So it doesn't matter where your journey starts or how you like it, or if you are getting snobbed on by someone else for cream and sugar. Basically, cream and sugar and coffee makes coffee ice cream. That's what it is. And coffee ice cream is delicious. So, don't be afraid of chocolate, of vanilla, of caramel, of all those awesome, yummy things you can put in there.
Whatever it takes to get you started.
Exactly.
And then once you're hooked, you're in. Exactly. That's it. It's over.
I'm a big fan of the judgment-free coffee love. There's a lot of gatekeepers in the coffee world at my level, shop owners and roasters and things like that. But we don't need to block people out. We want to welcome you in. Come on in. People all over the world drink coffee.
Chris, your heart is just too big, I think. I drink coffee because I'm cynical and I just drink it and I'm angry all the time and wearing sweaters that make me look like Hemingway. That's like my only reason I.
And I embrace you too. You're right there with me. I embrace you even when you're cringing from my embrace.
Chris, Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being my coffee sensei. I'm excited to learn a bunch more from you throughout this first season of Roast West Coast. I appreciate you, bud.
Oh, it's such a treat to be here, like I said, and I can't wait to see more and chat about more with you. So thanks for having me.
A true thank you to everyone listening to this, the Roast West Coast podcast, and for getting coffee smarter with me and Chris today. Chris will be back next week to talk all about how water impacts our morning brews. Check out @coffee-cycle on Instagram, or go right to www.coffee-cycle to learn more about his shop and to order some coffee. I'm glad you're joining me for the next few months to explore the coffee roasters of North County, San Diego. Next week, we're going to meet Elliot Reinecke, the founder and head roaster of the award-winning Steady State Roasting in Carlsbad, California. Please share and consider writing a review of this show wherever you're listening to great podcasts, including Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, and basically everywhere else. Our show with Elliot at Steady State will come out on Tuesday, November 17th. This episode of the Roast West Coast podcast was produced and recorded by me, Ryan Wold. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to the bonus content at roastwestcoast.com and be swell out there. Try to stay sane, and as always, drink some good coffee.